Chelle may not admit this, but the truth is he has snubbed Sylvester twice in a single call-up. The first one was leaving him out of the 23-man list, which angered a lot of people, a lot of Nigerian fans. Myself, I was very, sad about that. Then there was a much more recent opportunity to include the striker, and it was when Nathan Teller withdrew, and then we expected like for like replacement, but instead a defender into Noriga was brought in because the defensive areas was viewed or perceived by the coach and NFF as lacking in terms of the amount of players that they needed in that department. But Sylvester has now responded to the fact that he didn't get the call up, even the backup plan as well. He didn't also get it, so the man has responded. But from his response, you can tell what a professional this man is, because he's not losing it. He's not trying to uh, say some things that will be provoking or something that would be raising dust or things like that. It's just very professional in his approach. He wants to enjoy the good things that is working for him this season. Obviously the fact that he's been doing so well with his club, scoring 22 goals this season, despite his team having a lot of games to play. So there's still potential to score a lot more, maybe even go into 30 plus goals this season. So he's just trying to improve on his game, push himself further, and try to get more goals, for his club, and he doesn't want to be disturbed by this recent news about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So as usual, in his own words, he said it's important to stay level. Don't go down in the bad period. Don't let it get into your head in the good periods. But at this point, I feel good. I feel confident. Obviously, in scoring a few goals in the last games, but I want more. It's good to be on 22 at this stage of the season. That's a very good feeling, but I want more. Hopefully, I can help the team with more goals. So that is also, that's as I said, after getting snubbed for these games. But at the end of the day, wish him all the best, and just so happy that he is someone that has the wisdom, to understand that these kinds of things can happen to you, even though you're at the top of your game, you're in form and should be getting these kinds of call-ups. Let's move away, guys, and let me let you know that Victor Osimhen, has now expressed what it would mean for him to help the team qualify for the World Cup 2026. Of course, Osimhen is in line, and is for me the biggest chance or the biggest shot that we have at winning these games, against Rwanda and Zimbabwe, because is a machine. Every time he plays, we see how much work he puts in getting the goals or creating assists or troubling the defense, creating spaces for his teammates to exploit and maybe get goals. So, to that regard, he has come out to say some things. I think he told that to BBC Sports Africa. Sima said, I was sad, like my teammates, to miss out on Qatar, and our fans didn't even understand how much it affected me. This is why we must correct the previous mistakes by giving everything to our country, our new coach, and prove ourselves as being worthy. People say we have a talented generation, but we can only confirm this talent when we play in a World Cup like those before us. It's a dream of every footballer to play at the World Cup, and with our situation in the group, I am desperate, like other players, to make it to the 2026 tournament. So this just caps off Osimhen's mindset entering into this FIFA break and the Rwandan game. It talks about how he was actually how it actually affected him in the last World Cup in the Qatar 2022 that we didn't qualify. Obviously, he wants to do it. He wants to be known as one of the guys, that did something great in the World Cup. he hasn't even played for any World Cup, in his career, in his Super Eagles career. So uh, he would want to qualify and do something great with his team. That's what he is saying right now, and we can trust that this man will give 100%. I just pray that he stays fit and doesn't have any kind of issues, injury issues or fitness issues when we play these games, and that is all we need. We need him to be fit, and then we'll be rest assured that he's going to give 100% to try to get the results. So that's what's happening on Osimhen's front. Recently, he even did an interview hosted by Mikel Obi on the Obi-Wan podcast, and then talks about a lot of things. Talks mostly about Napoli, the fame, uh, the journey to winning the Scudetto, his best season in Napoli, and also talked about Galatasaray moving to Galatasaray, how he didn't even know or dream of it that he would be playing in Galatasaray. How the coach called him, talked a lot, and then inspired him to want to come, and also the fans and everything. So you can do well to check that on Obi-Wan podcast and enjoy yourself with that one. But moving on, guys, we have Victor Boniface right now in the updates. Of course, it's now been made clear the reason why he's not really been playing a lot lately for Bayern Leverkusen. And the gist right now is that Bayern Leverkusen head coach Xavi Alonso and the board of the Leverkusen Football Club are plotting to sell Victor Boniface this summer. They have like a 50 million euros price tag on this man, which they're looking to bank on. And that means that they don't regard him, or they don't see him as a long-time project with the team. So they want to sell him, which is part of the policy of their club of Leverkusen club to sell one top player every single season, just to balance their books and make sure that they don't go into some financial problems. So this is, I think, for me, no one has said it, but when I saw this news, and I realized that this is probably why Victor Boniface hasn't really played a lot this season, because they don't consider him a long-term, part of the team right now. They always prefer Patrick Schick ahead of him, and they've shown that a lot. And the report is also saying that Boniface hasn't really done a lot to help himself in terms of uh, making his team, or Alonso, to want to have him in the team. And the things that have been pointed out that he didn't do well was, among a few things, the on-pitch issue that he had with his teammate Emiliano Buendia. That was actually a few matches ago. Maybe you guys saw that against Frankfurt. Boniface was seen almost fighting with his teammate after they appeared to be dragging the ball. So it was really, really messy, and not something very professional. But Boniface has been doing a lot of these kinds of things, not just on the pitch, but we've also seen it off the pitch. So the report is saying that these and other things are some of the reasons why they are looking to sell him off and make some money from his sales. And the fact that he's also someone that is valued in the marketplace is something that's also triggering this club to sell him.